Crestron Virtual Control, or VC-4, offers a centralized, server-based alternative to individual hardware-based control systems. It is similar in many ways to a traditional hardware-based control system. In this video, we will look at the difference between Crestron Virtual Control and a hardware-based control system. To properly discuss this, we need to clarify the types of control systems that Crestron offers. Traditional hardware-based control systems. Crestron provided hardware-based appliances that run Crestron Virtual Control VC-4 out of the box. Software-based solutions, VC-4 Crestron Virtual Control. You can use C#, Simple Sharp Pro, or Simple Windows programs on traditional hardware-based control systems, hardware-based appliances that run Crestron Virtual Control, and software-based Crestron Virtual Control VC-4. In other words, Crestron Virtual Control is compatible with whatever will already run on a traditional Crestron 4 series hardware-based control system. Crestron Virtual Control, being that it is software-based instead of hardware-based, requires the addition of Ethernet-based hardware interfaces to add in CrestNet, IR, relays, and other I/O-based control accessories. You can also utilize the physical input-output ports on the devices that already have them built in, for example, with some DMNVX models. Another difference is licensing. When you purchase a traditional hardware-based control system, such as a CP4, the equivalent of licensing is built into the device. Depending on the model, you may have the equivalent of 1 or 10 room licenses, and therefore the ability to load 1 to 10 programs. There are some products, such as VC-4-PC-3, that are hardware-based appliances that run Crestron Virtual Control out of the box and will include a certain number of room licenses with purchase. For example, the VC-4-PC-3 comes with 3 room licenses, therefore you can load 3 programs. There is an online method to purchase and apply licenses to VC-4 and an offline method that requires the purchase of a physical USB device. You will need an individual room license for each program that you want to run on Virtual Control. Please note that you do not need a paid XIO Cloud account to apply the licenses to the device, but you will need to sign up for an account to apply the licenses if you are using VC-4 in the online mode. The next difference we will discuss has to do with accessing the control system to load programs or configure the system. With a traditional hardware-based control system, such as the CP4, you can use Crestron Toolbox or the web interface to access and configure the device. With Crestron Virtual Control, you must go to a specific URL that includes your IP, which is referenced in the Virtual Control manual on Crestron.com. With hardware-based appliances that run Crestron Virtual Control VC-4 out of the box, such as the VC-4-PC-3, you can access the web UI by going to a specific URL and port. Always reference the Crestron documentation for the specific control solution you are using to learn more about accessing the system to configure it. One of the easiest ways to access this information is by going to the product page, navigating the resources, and looking at the guide. Another difference is how the devices communicate with the control system. When using a touch panel or other Crestron device, you need to include the room ID along with the traditional IP table information. This video has covered some of the main differences between VC-4 and a traditional hardware-based control system.